We've not yet lost all our graces. The hounds will stay in chains. Look upon your greatness as you send the call out, 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 send the call out.
The 2K Sports pregame show, presented by Sprite.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to 2K Sports. Along with Shaquille O'Neal, I'm Ernie Johnson. Tonight, it'll be the Brooklyn Nets going up against the Atlanta Hawks. If you take a look at the Hawks, there are some echoes of their finish last season and what we're seeing this year. They're ninth in the East, very close to where they wound up a season ago. Mike Budenholzer, the head coach of the Atlanta Hawks, seems like a guy with a plan and the ability to execute it, Shaq.
Yes, he has a winning pedigree, comes from a Spurs background under the great Greg Popovich. Had a good postseason, coached well versus the Pacers last year in the playoffs.
You hear that phrase a lot, championship pedigree. You've got championship pedigree. You got 4 rings. What does it feel like to have the pedigree?
Well, actually, I have 4 pedigrees. If I won 4 times, that would give me 4 pedigrees, right?
Yeah. And you've got 4 degrees, too.
Wow.
Plus a pedigree.
Actually, you know what?
Now you got 5 degrees.
5 degrees. Thank you, Ernie.
I forgot the pedigree.
I got 5 degrees. Thank you, Ernie.
Wow. Thanks for tuning in, everybody.
The Nets play before the hometown crowd. We've got it for you tonight, live from Brooklyn, New York. It's the end of a string of away games for the Hawks as they look forward to returning home after this one. A great start to the season for them, notching 3 wins to tip it off.
I think for Atlanta, they've continued to sit in that middle tier of teams that might be able to make the playoffs, but don't have the talent to maybe make a deep run.
Well, it's still early to say exactly where they'll end up, but it does seem like they're still a number of pieces away from real contention.
Looking at the starting 5 for the Atlanta Hawks. Millsap at power forward with Horford in center. Teague and Korver in the backcourt, and it's Carroll in at the 3 spot. Shots good by Williams. Here's Teague. 2-for-1 chance here.
Yeah, let's see if they use the clock to their advantage.
Millsap trying to get open, kept alive, Korver, and a good offensive board, and he gets the bucket.
Giving them an opportunity at second chance points with some hard work on the glass there.
Brooklyn with the ball. They couldn't put the pieces together, losing that last matchup with San Antonio.
Well, they probably should have abandoned the 3-point shot in that game because their percentage was terrible. But they kept firing away from long range.
Yeah, I agree with you, Steve. I thought that was one of the things that doomed them. I mean, you can't stick with something if it's not working for you.
15 seconds left to play here in the first. Teague dishes to Millsap, and he goes in for the dunk. No challenge from the defense there. Clark could have put that one through any way he wanted.
And I love the choice there, partner, going hard to the hoop for that throwdown.
Yeah, that's invisible defense leading to a very visible finish.
Johnson blocked. And still a close game as the first quarter comes to a close. Nets lead by 1. And back in a moment as we'll get underway with quarter number 2.
Coming up next Thursday, December 11th, LeBron James and the Cleveland Cavaliers go up against Russell Westbrook and the Oklahoma City Thunder. Be there.
Neither team able to build much of a lead up to this point as we start the second quarter. And looking at what we've seen so far from the Nets, what do you guys think?
Just the start they wanted to this game. Solid offense. They got good ball movement. They established a nice rhythm.
Yeah, not stagnant at all. Free-flowing and fluid at the offensive end.
This is how the floor looks for the Hawks starting the second quarter. They've got Schroeder. Elton Brand is out there with Mike Scott. Then it's Thabo Sefolosha. And it's Bazemore at shooting guard. Johnson, a wide open look, and the 3 ball is good. Johnson's got the opening basket here in the second quarter for the Nets.
Not sure if they're aware of the 2-for-1 opportunity they have.
Well, they need to be.
And Bazemore kicks to Scott. It's stolen by Jack. In transition, here come the Nets. Johnson's got the ball. Atlanta with the rebound. They come in fresh off a win against the Heat.
Yeah, it took some time. This was not an easy win, but mark it down in the W column.
Yeah, and it was impressive, Steve, the way they handled their business in the overtime. I mean, they had a lot left in the tank.
Back to Anderson from past the arc. Rebounded by Cephalosha. And Bazemore kicks to Schroeder. Nice pass. Led him to the rack perfectly for the layup.
I don't know who was supposed to be on him there, but clearly a mistake by the defense.
And the first half comes to a close in a tie game. We're going to step away briefly, but get you right back out here for the start of the third quarter after our halftime. We have a close ball game on our hands as we get set for the second half of basketball. Look at Joe Johnson. He's really been playing well.
Yeah, his performance really transcends the stat sheet, Kevin, because you look at it, not all that impressive, but he's made a huge impact.
Yeah, the numbers aren't huge, but he's been really solid. I mean, he's made some important plays for him, and that's what it takes to win. You can't always have guys just stuff in the stat sheet. Sometimes you need plays made that don't show up in the box score.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade for the second half of basketball. And Brooklyn looking who they've got. We've got Brown. Johnson is out there with Young. Then it's Brook Lopez. And it's Williams at the point guard position. Corver. And it hung on the rim but wouldn't fall for him. Horford against Lopez. Second chance shot. And Horford with the lay-in. Horford's got his first points of the night.
Whoa, that's a big shot right there.
And that one really took the air out of this crowd.
Kevin, the silence is deafening.
Outside Williams. Lopez, a screen on Teague. Williams can't hit.
He's not necessarily a strong inside presence, but he needs to polish those chances off.
Tie game in Brooklyn. And we're coming right back after this break to get the fourth quarter underway.
Coming up next Wednesday night, December 10th, James Harden and the Houston Rockets go up against Stephen Curry and the Golden State Warriors. Make sure to catch it.
And it's time now to bring you our State Farm assist of the game.
This was an exceptional pass, guys, and we see the result. Hits him in stride, and bam, the slam dunk.
And here's Atlanta. Fourth quarter on the court for the Hawks. They'll have the power forward with Horford at center. Teague out there with Schroeder. And it's Cephalosha in at the small forward. Jack passes to Plumlee. Yes!
Huge points. That's beyond huge, Steve. I mean, they needed that bucket. Desperate.
So it's Atlanta now. Here's Schroeder. Jack against Teague. And so he draws the foul on the shot, a trip to the line to shoot 2.
Well, they did have a foul to give, but they couldn't get it done before the shot attempt.
Yeah, you really want to try to foul in that situation before he gets into the shooting motion, and it just didn't work out that time.
First free throw is good, and that narrows the gap to 1. Second free throw, no good that time. He really wanted that one. Guys are not going to be in any rush on this possession.
Not with the lead. I mean, now's the time to use the clock to your advantage. Take your time, milk the clock a little bit.
Teague left side. 19 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Sefolosha dishes to Horford. Down to 5 on the shot clock to take the lead. Ooh, offline.
Had a pretty good look at the basket, but defensively they did a nice job rotating, forcing the miss. Yeah, you can't let them pound the ball and just milk those precious seconds away.
No other option here but to foul and hope for a few misses at the end.
And that hurts as he doesn't get the first one to fall. Trying to focus now on the second. And he does get the second one. And that will put them up by 2. Here is Korver. T kicks to Millsap. Money!
Nice pass that time. What excellent vision by Jeff Teague out there.
Heaves it up. Oh, it's no good. And we're headed to overtime. Time expires, and we're going to overtime. 2K Sports back in a moment here in Brooklyn.